So our dear YouTube is full of let's keep it like friendly, but our dear YouTube is full of 90 days, 30 days, and I wish there was like a pill or something that you can take that would give you like the best results, like quick, fast, and I'm not talking about Royce, but guys, you're a beginner, okay? So I'm also, well, I'm not gonna say I'm a beginner because I have been working out for quite some time already, but let's put that I'm not an expert, okay? But I know a couple of things that you may know, and I wish someone would have told me that before. That way I don't go through the same pains that I went through, because those pains, unfortunately, they cost money, okay? Like all these fat pills and slim belts and like creams and I have like an electrical belt to do like abs, kind of like work, but it's not gonna give you the results that you think it's gonna give you. So guys, super simple, okay? And let's keep it simple and to the point. It's super important that when you're starting to look for good advice, okay, and good information. Don't fall for the first thing that you come up. Just take me, okay, and everything that I tell you right now, take it with a grain of salt. This is all my experience, and I don't want you to follow everything that I'm telling you, because otherwise you miss the opportunity to research and do something, and I don't want you to do that. So you have to be aware that there is a lot of commercials, a lot of things that are advertised around that that are confusing people, okay, and they are misleading people. And there is like different type of diets and stuff like that, and all that information is overwhelming, okay? All that information is overwhelming. So today we're gonna see ways to get it better, okay? So you can break it down. So the first thing that you have to pay attention to is nothing that sounds like super good is true, okay? On fitness, nothing that sounds like super good is true. So don't fall for that, because it's gonna be one of your main mistakes. And I'm sure after you watch this video, most likely you're gonna go and see an information and you're gonna fall for it. But just remember that once that happens to you, remember that you hear it first here, or maybe on somewhere else place. But it's, to be honest with you, so everything that everything that is good takes sacrifices. So if you are in for building your health, your body, your mindset, and everything, you have to be aware that you have to understand the principles, okay? So the first principle is everything that is good takes time. So if you want to be in shape, it's gonna take you years, and do not ever rush it, okay? Do not ever rush it. Reason why: there is health implications if you rush things out, okay? Like for example, if you're a person that is completely overweight, which is something that may happen if you lose the weight too fast, you're gonna have loose skin and maybe stretch marks, stuff like that. So you want to avoid those things. So the second thing that is super important, okay? Second thing that is super important is nutrition, okay? Nutrition is super important when it comes to fitness. It's I would say like more important than the exercise. The exercise part of it, but if you want to lose weight and your goal is to be like more fit and everything, nutrition is like the way to go. Okay, the way to go. So you have to learn how to combine your foods. You have to learn how to, prepare things that you like. You have to learn how to measure the consumption of energy through food that you have. That way you have like an understanding of everything that is happening on your on your body, because a freaking slide of pizza is like 200 and something calories, so you have to be aware of that. So you have to like maybe switch some variables and adjust and learn about calories and also macronutrients and stuff like that. It's not that hard. There is plenty of videos, so I'm gonna be doing some videos about that, so I can show you the the way of doing it. But the first thing that you have to master, instead of calories, because that's kind of like, instead of macros, which is kind of more complicated, is calories. Okay, so think on the body as and this is like a quick explanation. Think on the body as a car. Okay, so if you put gas in, you can run that car for a certain period of time until that gas goes away. Okay, so think on calories as that. Like, calories is energy that you're consuming and is allowing you to move the car. Now you have, let's perhaps say that you have fat. Okay, and the fat is kind of like the spare tank of gas on that car. Okay, so when you put gas and the car runs out of gas on this tank, it's gonna use this other tank to keep moving. So every time that you're moving, using not the energy that you're consuming because it run out, then you're burning this energy. So that's kind of like the simplest way that I can put it so you understand it. So it's just energy in, energy out, and that's the way that that it is. There is no other way. Now, can it be like other variables? Of course, if you have a car that has like a flat tire, and let's perhaps say that's an issue that you have with your body, then of course the car is gonna take more gas to run the car. But those are variables that are not that big to neglect the main thing, which is energy in, energy out. Okay, so that's calories for you, and that's gonna be like your best friend. So you have to analyze, and this is the way that I would do it. Like, for example, if I were you and I'm going kind of like, am I in focus? Yeah, I think I'm in focus. So, and I'm gonna go out of out of the main part of the video, which is the the fitness for beginners. So if I were you, for example, I would run like, I would say I'm gonna consume, like, let's perhaps say an example, like 2000 calories. Okay, if you're consuming 2000 calories and in a couple of days you haven't lost weight, that means that you have to consume less calories. Okay, so you're gonna keep testing that out until it gets to a point that you don't lose any weight. Okay, so that point where you don't lose any weight, it means that you're in maintenance. That's kind of like the simplest way that I can put it together. So when you're in maintenance, then what you have to do is either add exercises, which is gonna create like a deficit, which is in order to use this this spare tank, which is the fat in this case, or you can eat less. Okay, if you don't want to do like too much exercise, my recommendation is to do exercises. Okay, so something that you do, and for example, let's put like a quick example that I do with myself. Okay, so I'm in maintenance. Okay, so what I do is I increase by doing exercises, and then I increase the food consumption. Okay, so to balance that out. So after that, what I do cardio. Okay, like 3 or 4 times a week. So with that cardio that I'm doing, it allows me to create this deficit. Okay, so in the case of this, what I'm doing is by doing exercises, it allows me to eat more. Okay, because I enjoy food like almost every human being that I know, and then by doing cardio, I create the deficit. Okay, and I try to keep it like losing like maybe 1 pound or a week or something like that, minimum. Reason why, I have a stretch marks here, have a stretch mark here, so I'm trying to avoid, putting more damage to my body, because I was one of those people. I was one of those people that lost a lot of weight at some point, and then it created some, stretch marks. So I don't want to keep putting, marks on my body that I don't want to get rid of. Actually, that I want to get rid of. But it's part of everything. So let's get back to the main thing, and let's put a break here with a gym addict. Let's go. So now that we're back, let's talk about the second important thing. Okay, the second important thing is do not overdo it at the beginning. Okay, so take your time, start going. Do not overdo it. If you overdo it, trust me, if you overdo it, then you're gonna get tired, you're gonna feel a lot of muscular pain, and then you don't want to go back to the gym. A lot of people start going to the gym one day and then they don't go again. Okay, a lot of people go through that. You don't want to be that person. Just take it with time, create and build a habit. If you're a person that is busy like most of people in today's day, just start easy, like go 3 times a week, but make sure that you do those 3 times a week. If you are able to maintain that for like, let's perhaps say like 14 weeks, then add another day, and then if you want to go with more, add another day. Okay, do not overdo it. If you're a beginner, most likely you're gonna gain like a lot of muscle, and you're gonna lose a lot of weight from the beginning. All that plateaus at some point, and then you have to like get more advanced and add more things into the equation in order for you to keep pushing. Now trust me, do not overdo it. Just take it slow, super important. Okay, now the next thing that is super important is do not fall for gimmicks. So do not fall for gimmicks. Reason why, if you go to the gym and then everything is about the gear, like wrist wraps and like knee sleeve and and like belts and stuff like that, and every single lift that you do, it requires that for you to perform it, it's way too it's way too much. You should be using like a belt or something like that if you're going for like a crazy weight, or if you're pushing yourself like super hard. But if you are not pushing yourself like hard and you're beginning, because you are a beginner, then don't rely on those things. Those things is for when you cannot advance anymore because of something, then you start doing those things. Otherwise, if you, for example, if you start using like wrist wraps or something like that, there are certain stabilizers muscles and and tendons and stuff like that, that they will not function as good as if you were like not using the gear. Okay, super important. At first, keep it simple. Do not spend a lot of money. It's just the nutrition, going to the gym and working out. Do not complicate it. Make it simple. Simple things are the ones to stick. Then once they get like a habit or something that you want to do, then build upon that, but get the fundamentals. Now the fourth thing, and I think it's the fourth, okay, the fourth thing, which is super important also, look for some exercises in YouTube. Go to YouTube, go to good channels where they have the form on how to perform the exercise. Okay, so you get like the basics, not something complicated, just get the basics so you have the proper movement. Do not go, or maybe hire a coach or something on your gym that can teach you the right movements. That way you avoid any type of injuries, because one of the worst things is to start lifting and get injured and then get discouraged and never lift again. So you want to avoid that. It's like, think of like doing a skateboarding. Okay, the first time that you're gonna skateboard, you're not gonna go and throw the skateboard and go and jump on it and try to do a trick. No, right? So what you're gonna do, you're gonna go and you're gonna put the skateboard and then you're gonna put one foot on it, and then once you learn to put the foot on it, you're gonna go and put holding yourself with something, the other foot on it, and then you're gonna learn how to balance. And once you learn how to balance, then you can start learning how to move with the skateboard. So maintain everything simple. Okay, so this is kind of like a video that I wish I would have seen before when I started. And sorry about the the clickbait title. Is that nowadays, unfortunately, for for a video to appear on YouTube, it has to have like a super title, super clickbait thing, and unfortunately that's the way that it works. Good content doesn't get promoted in in YouTube. So what I want you to do is if you like the content, if you like this ambient and everything that I'm doing here, just subscribe. And guys, love you, have a beautiful day, see you.